Now that Spider-Man No Way Home is officially out, Sony and Marvel can now focus on what is coming next for our famous web crawling pal, Spider-Man. Welcome to Life According to Rick. If you are new to the channel, hit the like and subscribe button down below. I'm your boy Rick. If you are not new and have been following me, welcome back. I always appreciate the love and support. So we have lots to catch up on. There's a lot to discuss. Spider-Man No Way Home. Warning, there will be spoilers in this video. So if you have not watched the movie, I highly recommend that you do not watch. Go see the movie and then come back and watch it. um, if you did see the movie, I hope you enjoyed it just as much as I did. It was an amazing film. This has to be the greatest Spider-Man movie of all time. Like, it was so amazing, and just to see how Peter Parker like grows as a character in this movie, like it was just like overwhelmingly like crazy. Like, so, just to put it this way, in the Spider-Man trilogy, even when Spider-Man was introduced in Civil War, we saw this young kid like always wanted to be a superhero, and he is under Iron Man's wing, and it's like all the steps that have come from that, like Endgame, losing Tony Stark, and then you see him in Far From Home. He kind of like still is dealing with Tony's loss and just trying to be the hero that he knows he can be, but still trying to like prove that he can be Spider-Man. So it's kind of like that growing, developing story from that standpoint. So just to put it in simple words, like all the old villains come back, and it's just like so much going on. Um, he goes to see Doctor Strange so that everybody can forget that he's Peter Parker. Um, we see Matt Murdock finally introduced in the MCU. So that was like an amazing scene, and he catches this brick, and everybody's like, "Oh, hold on! Like, how'd you do that? You're blind, dude!" Like, so I'm super hyped. I'm like so geeked just like to see Matt Murdock coming back, and then it goes right into the movie of just the climatic scene of trying to get the spells for everybody to forget that he's Peter Parker, and the multiverses open up, and you see all the old villains coming back, and William Dafoe. My goodness, like what a freaking character. I feel like he outdid himself in this movie, than the original Spider-Man Home. Like, he did such a phenomenal job. Like, he is so like villainous, and you just see when him and Peter are fighting in the apartment, like he's literally like dragging him through floors, like different floors in the building, and Peter's like punching this dude, and he's just laughing in his face, like he's not phased at all. And then we see Aunt May get hurt, and she tells Peter, with great power comes great responsibility. Woo! What a scene. Like, that phrase is like huge in the Spider-Man universe. Uncle Ben says it to Peter in the original Spider-Man trilogy, and it's like that is very pivotal to Peter Parker becoming Spider-Man. And we see all of this happening to Peter. He loses his aunt, and it just like brings out this like rage, like he wants to kill the Green Goblin for like destroying his life. Everything starts falling apart, and it was just phenomenal. Just like Jamie Foxx as Electro, And it wasn't like that corny version that we seen in the Amazing Spider-Man. um it was just amazing. Doc Ock, we all know that, in the Spider-Man 2, he was doing something for the greater good, you know what I'm saying, for mankind. So he kind of like redeems himself in a sense where, he's like, nah, I'm a good guy. So that was pretty dope, to see that. And the big obvious, Toby and Andrew come into this movie and just like steal the show. Like the three of them together was like amazing. Just the chemistry, and they were more like brothers coming together to fight these bad guys. And you know it wasn't like different versions of themselves. Like they were just like, they were amazing. Like there's nothing else to say. They were amazing together. And so Doctor Strange has the box, which we see in the trailer, that cube that Peter takes away from him. And that's pretty much what's going to send them back to their respectable universes, right? So Green Goblin comes and he's like tearing stuff up, to say the least, and destroys the box. And so now that the box pretty much blows up, the multiverses start breaking. You see the fabric of reality breaking, and you know what I'm saying? It is like insane. Um, Andrew Garfield gets his redemption. Like his version of Spider-Man, he is so like funny, and he's like very quirky, and he's just kind of like quick with it, like, you know what I'm saying. And then but he's also serious, and he can be emotional, and you see those emotions coming out in his version of Spider-Man. So when he saves MJ, which I called, I knew that he was gonna get his redemption, because how do you have Andrew Garfield come to this movie and not get his redemption for not saving Gwen Stacy? Wow. Amazing movie. Okay, this is like the greatest Spider-Man of all time, and cannot wait to see um, what the next trilogy has in store for us. So then, by the end of the movie, Doctor Strange casts the spell. Everybody forgets Peter. He is pretty much all alone. Ned and MJ are still friends. So Peter goes back and he sees them, and it kind of like hurts him that they don't know who he is, but at the same time, he knows the risks that comes with them, you know, being involved in his life with him being Spider-Man. So that's that growth that we saw by the end of the movie. He's by himself. He sees his friends and he's like, you know what, they're better off without me. He goes and he gets his own apartment, and so that's like that where we see Tom Holland's Peter Parker like officially become Spider-Man. And we even see him swinging through the city, and he has the OG like costume, and it's like so fire. Like, yo, like it's so crazy. Like, this movie was so dope. And so if you watch the post credit, Eddie Brock is in a bar. He goes back to his universe, and there's a piece of the black symbiote that's left behind in the MCU. So I know for a fact there has to be somehow where we're gonna see the black suit Spider-Man, and that's gonna be like super amazing. Like, yo, what else can we say? Like, we are in for a treat. Like, I know that the future for Spider-Man doesn't end here. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I don't want to keep rambling on because I can talk for hours about this movie, and I'm gonna go see it again on Friday. So that just goes to show you like how great this movie was. And I hope you really enjoyed this video. Leave your thoughts and comments down below. If there's any more content that you want to see, please let me know. I will try to put it out there for you. So y'all know the vibes. I will talk to y'all. Y'all already know.